critical. And so if it's so critical, why is it that marketing is always the last thing that we do? Why don't we ever put a plan together prior to actually starting the business, which is comprised of a marketing plan first before we start launching and selling our products and our services? So if I'm working with someone to write a book, before they write the first word of the first sentence of the first paragraph, they have to do a marketing plan first. Why? Yes. What else? They won't fail. What else? They know who they're, especially if you're writing a book for money, right? If you're writing a book or running a business to generate income, you want to know who your target audience is, and then you also want to make sure, like Jackie said, is there really a customer for your particular product or service? Is there a buy-in market for your product or your particular service that you have that you want to put in the market? So I kind of want to talk about, marketing your business, but also I want to talk about where does money come from. How many of you know exactly where money comes from as an entrepreneur? And the issue that we have is that money comes from one source for most of us. Customer directly, business to customer, right? And you have some people that do business to business. But there are multiple ways that money can come to you. And we've already established that you have to have multiple streams of income, right, feeding you. So had I had the opportunity to meet you when you first started, we would have created a plan in which you would have had at least 3 to 5 streams of income that's feeding you all the time. So I've been self-employed for a little bit over 20 years as a training and development consultant. Once I got out of the military, I actually started a career coaching firm to work with veterans that were getting out of the military to help them to make the transition, a holistic transition. Not just career, but every aspect. So after doing that for a couple of years, people would say, well, we love your seminars, we love your workshops, but we really don't want to find a job. We really want to start our own business. So that made me get into doing a lot of entrepreneur training, a lot of entrepreneur coaching as well. And so I used to do for the SBDC a workshop called Look Before You Leap Into Business. And it was my job to talk you out of starting your own business. Why would that be? Oh my goodness. And being an entrepreneur is what? It's challenging. And I always say that people are going to give up a 9-to-5 job to work 60 hours or more for themselves. But what's the difference in that statement? When you work for yourself, oh my goodness, you love what it is that you do. So it's not like working, correct? We don't want to create another job, we want to create an entrepreneurial opportunity. So after doing that for a couple of years, 95% of my clients were women. How did I find that out? I keep track. Like everybody that spends a dime with me, I keep a log of who that person is. What's their gender? What's their economic background? So that when I'm doing my marketing and advertising, I know specifically where my money's coming from. Doesn't that make sense? So after doing that for a couple of years, seminars and workshops, this is way before CDs and DVDs, people would always say, well, where's your cassette tape? Where's your videotape? So I took my presentation and I put it into a little booklet called Starting Your Own Business. Turn your dreams into reality. Everything you need to know to start your own business. I'll never forget, I had a line of over 100 women waiting for me to autograph my book. The light bulb went off. It cost me about 40 cents to produce that book, but I was selling the book for $10 a pop. In less than 2 years, I sold over 30,000 copies of a book that I created. How is that possible? Marketing and advertising, and I'm crystal clear about who my target audience is. So you should be crystal clear about who are the people that are buying your products or services. Another mistake that we tend to make is that we tend to sell our products and services to people who look like us, who have the same similar background. And sometimes those are not the people that want your particular products and services. And it's a very narrow way to actually run a business. So is it possible that we can think outside the box? So if I had a poster board here, I would put a square and then I put you inside the box, and then I'll put arrows outside the box saying, can we please, in 2014, get outside of the box? So the secret in being a successful entrepreneur, one of the many secrets when it comes to marketing and advertising, is that every single day, you need to do 3 to 5 different things to market your business. Think about that. Every single day, 3 to 5 different things to market your business. So, if my goal is to generate $10,000 in 1 week, then what are my behavior patterns that I have to have in place in order to create that? I'm not going to get that $10,000 by watching, what's the show that everybody likes with Olivia Pope? What's on? Oh, Scandal, come on. How is Scandal going to help me to generate the income that I want to get? So we tend to spend a lot of time wasting time as opposed to putting the energy in to generating income. Again, if my goal is to generate $10,000 in 1 week, what are my behavior patterns that I have to have in place in order to do that? Which means that for me, as a teacher, trainer, speaker, I need to get some contracts, right? I need to do some coaching. I need to sell some books. I need to pick up the phone. Y'all remember what telephone is, right? Yeah. Why don't anybody call anybody anymore? We're always texting or emailing. And you'll be amazed at the relationships you can build and how you can grow your business by picking up the phone and actually making a phone call. I've been in Nashville, Tennessee with my 2 lovely children for about 7 years, and I have been able to double my income every single year in 7 years. And I'm from New York, but I moved here from Virginia. So technically I'm an outsider coming into the South. I'm from the North, coming to the South, but I've been able to do very well. What is my secret? It's relationship building. It's connecting with people who have the ability to help me get to the next level, but guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to help them also. So I don't have that mentality of where, give me, what can I get, what can I get? It's more of, let me help you, because I know if I help you get what you want, you're going to in turn do what? So people always say, well, why do you tell everything? Why do you share everything? Why do you share all your strategies? That's how I've been able to double my income, is by sharing. The more I give, the more what? The more I'm able to actually get back. So that's a principle that we have to master. Because for some people, they just want to jump on your coattail and ride it to success. And entrepreneurship does not work like that. So today I put before you some people that can really help you to grow. But you too keep in your mind, how can you help them to grow their business? I guarantee you, you help them get what they want, they're going to help you to get what you want as well. So let's talk about the strategies on how to market. These are top 20 strategies that produce results. Now, keep in mind that every single day we have to do 3 to 5 different strategies. Is that correct? Okay. So, of course, you're going to have a website. And I gave you a flyer of Leroy, who actually has a web design business, because we know we have to have a website. Just by having a website, so what? So what? There's hundreds of people that are putting up websites every single day. How do you compete? What do you have on your website that people want to go to your particular website? So this is the question I want you to write down. When you look at your website, what is it that you want people to do when they go to your website? What is it that you want people to do when they go to your website? Is it to read? Is it to learn? Is it to study? Or is it to make money? Is it to sell a product? To sell a service? So we have to tell people on our website what it is that we actually want them to do, correct? Okay. Then also, what about doing teleseminars, teleclasses? All of you have great information that you can share and you can educate, yes? And you can do it via the telephone or like a webinar. And so in this industry, I've had to change a lot because I love the interaction with individuals. I love seeing your face when that light bulb goes off. But I had to be able to do teleseminars and teleclasses because more and more people are what? They don't want to commute. They'd rather stay at home. And online training is a multi-billion-dollar industry. So whatever area of expertise you are in, you can teach a teleseminar or teleclass in your particular area of expertise. I'm going to use Miss Yvette as an example. So she's a real estate specialist. And so she wants to train other real estate agents on how to do what?
Make money.
How to make money. So what she's going to do is she's actually going to do a teleseminar where she's going to charge them a fee in order to train them on the top 20 ways in order to be the top real estate agent in your particular geographical area. So that's a way that she's going to generate income. That makes sense? And then also launch a press release campaign. Yes, press releases are still very effective. Would you not agree?
Yes.
Tell me why they're effective.
Because you're sending them out to the media, it lets them know what you're going to be doing. You have to be very clear, short to the point, and big the 5 W's: who, what, where, why, when, how to contact you. And they will follow up, and you need to follow up and say, I sent a press release, I'm doing this event, then call, and so they will do a story about you and your event.
Excellent. And it has to be newsworthy, correct? Yes. It has to be something that's going to be interesting.
Yes.
Outstanding. This is coming from, Tennessee Tribune. Thank you. Excellent, excellent. Radio interviews. We have several people in here that host their own radio show. Is it possible that you can do one radio interview a week? Just one. And during that radio interview, your goal is what? Is not only to talk about what you do, but to offer some information, some content. People are tired of hearing people brag about themselves, but we want to learn something. What can we learn from your industry when you speak and you teach? And as a radio show host, I love having people on my show that are going to bring content, but also, because you're on my show, my listenership goes up. Does that make sense? Okay. And then also TV interviews. We have Miss Ann Haney. Tell us about your TV show, Miss Ann.
Just kicked it off. I'm getting ready to do my 4th taping, actually, and it'll be airing after that. It's conversations with Ann Haney, real people, making real differences, overcoming real challenges, and meeting with success. So that'll be any one of you in here.
Excellent. So on your action plan form, you are going to write down that you're going to get in contact with Miss Ann Haney so you can be a guest on her show. But when Miss Ann Haney says, I would like for you to be a guest on my show, then you're going to tweet about it, you're going to put it on Facebook, you're going to let all of your people know to tune into the show because you're actually going to be a guest. So what does that do to Ann's results? And it gives Ann exposure to people that she normally wouldn't have access to. So it becomes a what? A win-win situation. Does that make sense? Excellent. Also, we talked about, of course, social media. How many of you believe that social media is an effective way to market and promote your products and services? Can you support that answer, ma'am?
Yes, I can. My business started on Facebook with general information. Started a Facebook group, and it grew to over 1,500 people. And for the first 3 days, it was up to 700 people.
Wow.
First 3 days. So I also it told me there was a niche niche market for what I was doing, and then I built the website. The website came last.
Right.
And I still do a lot more on Facebook, and I have to redirect them to the website.
Right. So more and more people are opting out to getting a website, and they're strictly using Facebook. Because again, Facebook is just like networking. Go into a networking event where you can network with other people. If I'm doing something that you like and I share with you, can you not share with your network also? Okay? Then also, of course, tweet. How many of you have a Twitter account? And are we tweeting about business? Are we tweeting about our new products? Are we tweeting about new insight and new information we've gained? Or are we tweeting about we went to the store? I mean, are we tweeting about we just watched Scandal? Or tweeting about Scandal?
Sometimes now I put pound Scandal something, and it gets like on Facebook because I can see the insights. You get like 1,000 views.
Right. So is it possible that we can tie, if we're going to tweet about Scandal, can we tie it into our business?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Create a professional link on LinkedIn. How many of you have a LinkedIn profile? How many of you use LinkedIn to gain business?
Yes.
Support your answer, ma'am.
I do business. My illustrators, I'm in groups. The best thing to me for LinkedIn, of course, is to link to other people, but also to go to the actual groups themselves. So publishers who need illustrators, and that's where I found a group of illustrators. PayPal works in India, and the group of illustrators is in India. And so they post their
portfolios. I like it. We make an arrangement, we sign a contract via the internet. I pay, he produces. It's a win-win situation.
So you
And
see,
that happened totally on LinkedIn.
right, so you see how that person on the other side generated income by connecting with her, and you can do vice versa. Anybody else use LinkedIn to grow their business? How have you used it, ma'am?
I have met one of my investors on LinkedIn. And I told him I had a concept, and he said, "Call." I said, "This guy, he's probably not going to contact me, but I'm just going to reach out to him anyway." And I reached out to him, and he believed in my concept, and now he's getting ready to be a major investor. And we're meeting for the first time next Thursday. He's coming here to see me.
Excellent, excellent. So LinkedIn too is another way to network, but if you are in the Nashville, Tennessee area, do you know that the Career Center does free classes to teach you how to use LinkedIn? They'll even take a picture of you, upload your profile, and then train you on how to actually build your network on LinkedIn. So you can get some training for FREE. Also, set up a meetup group. Is anybody on Meetup? You on Meetup? Support your answer. Tell me about Meetup with you, with BPW. Is it BPW or other business?
It's BPW.
Okay.
We actually had a meetup group and we were able to get a lot of interested people, but they never show up. That's the problem that I have with meetup.
Right.
But I know other people who have meetup groups that they do very, very well.
Yes. And so when I'm on Meetup, if I'm interested in doing more with financial empowerment, then I will find other financial empowered meetup groups in the Nashville area. Then I will actually physically go attend the event, and then I will bring with me one of my media kits because I would love to do a presentation to your particular meetup group. And I find them by actually using Meetup. And then you in your industry, you can create your own meetup group. And again, these are like-minded individuals that they're joining your group. They came to you. They look for you because they're interested in your particular subject area. Next, find ways to speak. I don't care what industry you are in. I know that some of us may be shy. We're going to have to take Toastmasters to overcome that shyness. But you will always make more money if you find a way to speak and teach to a group of individuals. One of my lovely mentors, Mr. Dan Pointer, he's like the godfather of book publishing. Oh, I love him to death. And so he started out by doing a library tour, which means that he got all the libraries in his geographical area. He asked, could I come in and do a 1-hour workshop about how to write, market, and publish your own books. He was able to get 20 libraries to commit to allow him to go in and speak. People were able to come for free. He always had 20, 25, 30 people to come because, again, it was free, which gave him exposure to the audience. He taught them something. He shared insight with them, and then at the end, he did a book signing. It launched his career. He actually wrote a little booklet about publishing. It sells for about $9.99, and he built him a mansion in California with a little book that cost $9.99. How did he do that? Say again? Yeah, he's actually doing the free speaking, getting in front of people that tell people, I went to this event, it was fantastic, go to his website. How many of you have done that? That somebody shared something with you and said, go to that website, and you went to that website, you end up buying that product or that service. So it's just like word of mouth. Very, very effective. So you can go to libraries, nonprofit organizations. Oh, look, BPW is on here. As well as corporations. They have retreats where corporations are looking for people to come in and speak and teach. Find a way to teach. Do you know at the Adult Education Center that they will pay you to physically come in and teach a class about your area of expertise? Let's use Ann Haney as an example. She is a coupon lady. She has workshops and seminars that she does about couponing. So the Adult Education Center will allow her to come in. They'll pay her per head of the people there. They'll buy a copy of the book that she wrote and she published for each of the students in the classroom. After the workshop that she teaches, she'll say, I will do some one-on-one coaching for anyone in the class at a reduced rate because you're here. So she's made money 3 different ways, right? Teaching, selling a product, and then the one-on-one coaching. And then those individuals will get your newsletter and be connected with you long-term. So colleges and universities, how many of you know? Yes, sir.
Would you mind sharing what you talked about before about the young lady that got the grant for teaching etiquette, was it?
Yes. It's a local young lady. She got a contract with the local high schools, and you guys know how hard it is to get into the public school system. It's very challenging. So she was able to get, through networking, a contract to go into the public school systems and teach etiquette classes to our young men and our young ladies about, you know, when you go to have dinner, which fork should you pick up when you're having a salad? You know, do not text while you're eating a meal. I mean, just things like that, the things that they definitely need. But she generates 6 figures just by going in and doing it, and that etiquette is her passion. That's what she loves to do. So she put together, of course, a little booklet. The public school systems buy the booklet for each student in the class, and then she goes in and facilitates. She goes from school to school to school, teaching her what? Her passion. The colleges and universities also, they have a budget set aside for individuals, right? Where they will bring you in to be able to speak and teach. Because I am a female veteran, and I served the United States Navy, I have the wonderful opportunity to go to Cornell University. I'll be going up on November the 3rd, and I'll be teaching and speaking about how challenging it was to make the transition from being in active duty to being a veteran. That's a life experience. They took care of everything. What a great opportunity. So how did I get that opportunity? By just being in front of an audience and speaking and talking and teaching. And so you could do conferences and workshops. Postcards, they still work. Do you know there's a population of people that still want to get mail? Yeah. Did you guys know that? So there's also a population of people who are not checking their emails anymore.
Yes.
Do you know why?
It's a waste of time.
Why?
Because I can get more stuff through my phone and Facebook, and you know, it's just easier. Text and you know, it's just and it's
Spam.
one spam and
Yeah.
too much
Overwhelming. So when you are out and about and you're around your particular target audience, I want you to look at their behavior and look at how many of them are reading and watching movies and buying stuff by using their cell phone. And so let me ask you a question. When you wanted to buy a video or get a video years ago, where did you go? Blockbusters. What happened to Blockbusters? Okay, who replaced Blockbusters? Netflix. Okay. No, who came before Netflix? Redbox. Could you imagine 10 years ago putting your debit card or your major credit card into a red box and getting a videotape out? No, not at all. Not at all. So what's replacing Redbox? Netflix. Hulu. Amazon has this new thing that they're putting out also. So when you think about your marketing and you think about your business, are you a Blockbuster, a Redbox, or a Hulu? Where are you in that spectrum? Where are you in that spectrum?
I'm a YouTuber.
You're a YouTuber. Okay. Yeah, and video is hot right now. Also, get listed on other people's websites. So, I'm going to partner with someone that is reaching the same target audience that I am reaching. Have an author that wrote a book about diabetes. She was able to convince the American Diabetes Association to put her book cover on their website. In exchange for, once the book sells, a percentage of that money is going to go directly to the American Diabetes Association. What has that done for her?
Exposure.
Look at the exposure. That's a national organization. So when you think about your target audience and reaching your target audience, is there somebody on a national level that you can partner with that can help you to get that kind of exposure? That's huge. Also, write articles, post articles on the internet, because when you write articles, it establishes you as a what? As an expert. You're absolutely correct. And of course, the newsletter. How many of you do a monthly newsletter? Okay, and then you use somebody like Constant Contact or MailChimp. They've already, and then there are virtual assistants out there, because you're looking at me like, oh my gosh, do I have to do all this work? No. There are virtual assistants out there that can help you with your social media and your marketing campaign, okay? So that's 15, we got a couple more. Remember, the goal is that you have to come up with 3 to 5 things you're gonna do every day, okay? So give away free copies to the right people, to the right people, to the right people, to the right people. So if I'm gonna go in, and let me give you a wonderful example. One of my goals was to be able to get a contract with the Nashville Rescue Mission downtown. The mission has anywhere from 500 to 600 men that stay there. And my goal was to be able to teach them a workshop about how to find a career, okay? So in order for me to do that, I said I would love the opportunity just to come in and do a free workshop. I'll give everybody in the class a free copy of the book, and I will do the 12-hour training over a 3-day period. So we did Monday 4 hours, Tuesday 4 hours, and then Wednesday 4 hours. And then I said, I'll be more than happy to track the individuals that come to that workshop so you can see how their progress is going. Did I get that contract afterwards? Why? How did I get the contract? I proved myself first that this is a system that absolutely works, right? And then I had the results based on the students that actually went through the training, right? So now the contract is to go in and do seminars and workshops, and they purchase a copy of the book for everybody that's actually in that room. Word of mouth is on there, but our mistake is what? We solely rely on word of mouth. That's the only marketing that we do sometimes. It's very effective, but it can't be the only thing that we do, right?
And many times the best word of mouth that's traveled is negative word of mouth.
Yes, you're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct.
Because you'll always tell someone when it's bad.
Right.
You don't always necessarily say if it was good, but you'll definitely tell them if it was bad.
That's exactly correct. That's exactly correct. And then also online YouTube videos. I think you mentioned about YouTube. You all should have a YouTube channel for your particular company where you are doing videos. And then Miss Courtney has a studio where you can go in and you can do like 5 videos in one day about different subject areas. Because again, the more exposure you have as an expert, it just increases your sales. You can do radio spots, and of course, everyone should be, and TV spots also. Yes, we have a TV man here. I hope you've gotten his card. And then also be an author. Okay, so in your books that you have in front of you, I want you to go to page number 16. Okay, page number 16. How to make money in whatever industry you're in. Where does money come from? Okay. So what I've done for you is I've given you 17 different ways that money can feed you, right? So we've already established that our goal is we have to come up with 3 to 5 different ways that we're going to market, yes? And now we have to figure out where is money going to come from. So my mistake years ago was 95% of my income was coming from you all, from people, from individuals, right? When the recession hit, what happened to Renee? Everything began to fall apart. I mean, everything began to fall apart. Because your income stopped coming in, you stopped hiring me for coaching, you stopped coming to workshops, you stopped buying books, right? So what I had to do is I had to diversify how the money was going to come in. Individuals is just one, right? So on this sheet here, as we are talking, and you read through the list, I want you to identify over the next 90 days at least 4 of these ways that you're going to use in order to get some income coming in. And these are the people that you're going to target. So nonprofit agencies, again, they use whatever product or service you have out there. The nonprofit contracts that I have, what the agency does is they go out and they get the money, right? So if my goal is financial empowerment, right? That's one of the workshops that I do. I will target nonprofit agencies that received grant money for financial empowerment. And then I'll say, hey, you got the grant money, but you don't necessarily have anybody to do the training. Can I please go in and can I do the training for you? And can you pay me X amount of dollars? They love it because they don't have to give me no medical. They don't have to do any type of benefits, no return. I can do all that on my own. So I'm actually saving them the money, right? And they haven't had to hire any more staff. What about for-profit companies? Can you sell your product or service to for-profit entities? Number 3, please circle number 3. Everybody, please circle number 3. The government is the biggest, the largest way that income can come to you. Is it possible that you can get a government contract, or can you offer your services to the government? Is that possible? And we have the SBA that actually has some training classes and some workshops that can help you and show you how to get a contract with the government. Makes sense? Okay, excellent. The military, they buy stuff. Do you know Dave Ramsey generated a little bit over $56 million in the year 2013, right? He got a contract with the National Guard, the Army National Guard, to do financial empowerment with any military personnel that has financial issues.
Wow.
He's just one person. So what do you have that you can offer the military? What is your product or service that you can offer to the military personnel? Active duty, their families, their children. Of course, government grants is another option. Individual people, can you offer stuff to employers? We already talked about college and universities. Circle number 10, please. Technical schools, ITT Tech, DeVry University. Who goes to those schools? Adults. What type of product or service can you offer those individuals in that school system? Because they're adults. They're not necessarily going to a regular college or university, but these are seasoned adults. Say you have a cleaning service, right? Is it possible that you can offer something special to individuals that go to ITT Tech? Is it possible? And then maybe with my cleaning service, I created a all-natural solution. And I would like to come in and do some demonstrations and educate people about how to use this all-natural solution. Churches, yes, churches are on here. Churches are on here. Women's organizations, event planners, you know, the possibility of looking at online schools. So there's a lot of options, right? Okay. So with the time that we have, take out your action plan. It should be already out. What is the 3 to 5 different strategies that you're going to use every day in order to generate some income? What are the 3 to 5 strategies that you're going to use consistently to generate income? So, here's the secret. Here's the secret. Whatever we focus on will grow. That's the secret. Whatever you focus on will grow. So what happens is when I say my goal is $30,000 in 30 days, number 1, I have to identify what product or service can I put in the marketplace that will help me to generate that amount of money. Okay? So that's number 1. What product or service can I put in the marketplace that's going to help me to generate that kind of money? My own product, my own service that can do that, right? So then once I identify what products and services I'm going to use, then the next thing I'm going to identify is who am I going to sell these products and services to in order to get the $30,000. My question to you, is it easier to get $1,000 from 30 people or $30,000 from one person? Which one is it? The $1,000 from 30 people, as opposed to, oh, support your answer, young lady.
$30,000.
Say again?
$30,000 from one person.
It's easier.
Yeah.
Why?
Because you don't have to make as much contact and sell your idea to as many people. You can maybe reach out to 30 people. You're not going to get $1,000 from all 30 of those people. But if you reach out to all of those 30 people with the objective of getting $30,000 from just one person, you have a greater chance of reaching the person that
Excellent. That makes sense. So, how many $10 books would I have to sell in 30 days in order to make $30,000? How many? How many? 3,000 books in 30 days in order to make my 30,000. Or can I find one company like Fifth Third Bank And can they buy $30,000 worth of books for all their customers? And then, oh, Fifth Third, I love you so much, I'm even going to allow you to put your logo on the back of the book. Doesn't that make sense? So why do we always start with the pennies? 1 cent, $1, $5, $10, $50, $20. Why do we start at the bottom as opposed to starting at the top? Like she said, find that one organization that could do it at one time. Yes, Kevin?
I think the answer to that is because we live in a realm of realistic thinking too much. And I think that we need to have more unrealistic thoughts to get that type of energy going towards, what it is that we want to accomplish in that 30-day window. Start living in unrealistic thoughts.
Right.
It's unrealistic to think you can walk in a room and hit a button on the wall and lights come on. But Thomas Edison did think so. So have unrealistic thoughts and expectations.
Right. I agree with that 110%. And we have to retrain our thinking and our mind. Because a lot of us, even me too, have that poverty mentality that had to be changed. So used to struggling all the time. Trying to make that next dollar. But what if we can change our thinking? And then without changing our thinking, we change our what? Our behaviors. So is it possible that in my plan, my goal is $30,000 in 30 days. I have, I'm going to make a list of maybe 1 or 2 organizations that I can go to and say, hey, can you purchase this for X amount of dollars? Doesn't that make sense? And then work the opposite way as opposed to working from the bottom up. Can we start at the top? Is it possible? So what is it going to take to make it happen? What is it going to take to make it happen?
National advertising for me.
National advertising. Okay, very good. Anybody else? What's it going to take?
A made-up mind.
A made-up mind. Outstanding. Anybody else? What's it going to take? Determination, which means that whatever we focus on grows. So I have my plan, I know what my goal is, and then my behavior patterns are going to support that. There's a program that I do called the Butt Buster program. And it's not necessarily an exercise program, but it's a Butt Buster program, which means that you identify a financial goal, right? And then for some people, I realize that talking about money is a little bit uncomfortable. Sorry to make you uncomfortable, because money is what makes your business grow. We need money, right?
Yeah.
In order to what? To have our products and services in the marketplace. So with the Butt Buster program, you identify a financial goal that you want to achieve. Then we identify what are the step-by-step processes that you need to put in place in order to secure that finances. So the way that we come up with the process is that we don't look at people who are just starting. We don't look at people that have been in business for 2 to 3 years that are on their way there. We only study the behaviors of those that are already there. Woo! Think about that for a moment. And in this environment here, the Entrepreneur Center, this place is surrounded by individuals that are there, that want to come back and share with you and show you how to get there. So, I'm clear about what I want financially, what I want to make. I have my clear plan about the products and services that I'm going to put in the marketplace. I'm clear about my action steps that I'm going to take. And with the Butt Buster program, if you say that you are in business full time, you are literally spending 8 to 10 hours a day working to produce that goal. You're not doing a lot of other stuff, a lot of other things that kind of, take you off of your goal. And there's a lot of stuff that takes you off your goal. Is that not true? Like what? Like what? Back to scandal. But what other kind of things take you off your goal? Family. Oh my goodness. What else? Laundry. What else? Health issues. So even though I need to do the laundry, is it possible that I can sell 10 books, use that money to hire someone to do the laundry, so I can put my energy into the things that I'm good at?
Convince my husband of that.
Oh, Lord. Okay, so the butt busting program is just that. We're strictly focused, and the action steps that you take throughout the day are, and then we as women, we tend to want to give away our products and services so that day is over, unless it's something that's going to help you to grow, right? And then also, in this day and age, we're going to focus our energy on what it is that we want. So your homework assignment is this. Number one, you got to get crystal clear about what you want. Now, you can tell me what you don't want, but can you tell me what it is that you want? Homework assignment number 2 is that we're going to study our industry, which means that every single week, you're going to spend 2 to 3 hours in the bookstore, the library, or the internet, learning your industry, studying people who are very successful, studying what they did. You're going to come to the Entrepreneur Center to one of their network events, and you're going to connect with some like-minded people that could take you here, right? As opposed to sometimes we surround ourselves with people who are struggling, because it's what? It's comfortable. Yeah. And we all know that if you keep on doing what you've been doing, you're going to keep on getting what you got. Yeah, so sometimes it's hard. It's hard. And sometimes we say we don't want to go to the top because it's lonely at the top. How do we know? And then sometimes we want to drag people with us to the top who are stealing your time from doing your marketing, doing your advertising, and reaching out to customers. Okay, so staying motivated and focused. Number one, we already talked about it, building a support system. Focus on getting a team together to help you. So you've met some really good people today that can really help you to get to where you desire to go. Would you not agree?
Yes.
So on your action plan, you should have a list of those people that you're going to call within the next 30 days. Of course, I'm a spiritual person, so I do read my Bible. I have specific scriptures that I stand on, that I read every single day. I cannot leave my house without having this information that keeps me motivated, that keeps me focused, that gives me the energy. Okay. Remember to renew your mind daily, which means that you have to study something to change your thinking. There's no way, if I have been in debt for 20 years, there's no way that, year 21, I'm going to be different unless I renew my mind. I've got to do something different. I've got to get some things in here. How many of you actually study your industry? Excellent.